What happened to Pennsylvania Station? Essay. Cars and taxis passed the 84 pink granite columns that stood like guards at the front of the station. Pedestrians approached along an elegant arched passageway. The waiting room was 15 stories high and a block and a half long. In many ways, Pennsylvania Station, also known as Penn Station, was the heart of New York City. Built in 1910, the station was an energetic place. Filled with bustling crowds, Penn Station welcomed travelers with its bright and hearty atmosphere. Getting on or off a train here was an exciting thing to do. By the 1950s, however, fewer people were traveling by train. They had found alternate ways to travel. Airlines carried more and more passengers. New superhighways made driving long distances easier. By the end of the decade, the owners of Penn Station made a fateful decision. They would demolish the famous landmark. In its place, they would build an office building and a sports arena. The plan seemed to make financial sense, but little thought was given to train passengers. People would now have to board trains underground from small waiting areas near the train tunnels. Demolish Penn Station? When New Yorkers heard the plan, they couldn't believe their ears. One of the city's finest public places had been given a death sentence, and New Yorkers didn't like the verdict. Citizens joined together to save the landmark. For months, they would strive to rescue it from the wrecking ball. They pointed out that the station was an architectural treasure. It had played a key role in the life and history of the city. What's more, the new underground station would be cramped and uncomfortable. A person didn't have to be very observant to see that. Unfortunately, no one could stop the tragedy. City officials enforced the wishes of the owners, and in 1963, the wrecking balls went to work. Onlookers gazed in horror as an architectural masterpiece crashed to the ground in dust. In the end, New Yorkers resigned themselves to the loss of Penn Station. They had, however, learned a lesson. Landmark buildings had to be saved. A special Landmarks Commission was formed. Its primary purpose was to identify and protect the city's finest architecture. Its members recognized that as a city changes and matures, some older buildings do have to be demolished to make room for new ones. Landmarks, however, must be preserved. Ironically, by the 1990s, train travel had picked up at Penn Station, especially among commuters from surrounding towns. The underground station had difficulty handling the raging river of traffic. As predicted, few liked the cramped replacement. Some New Yorkers hoped to convert a grand old post office into a new train station. The post office is in the right place, and in some ways, it resembles the old Pennsylvania Station. The plan may work, but the overhaul will be a very difficult and costly feat. So the tragedy teaches another lesson. Sometimes, it's better to preserve what we have than to try to replace it.